Hawaii, a tropical paradise known for its crystal clear waters, volcanic mountains, and postcard-perfect beaches. But there's something unusual about the way people actually live here. Of Hawaii's 1.4 million residents, nearly 1 million are packed onto just one island, Oahu. Meanwhile, the rest of Hawaii's islands, including the massive Big Island, are surprisingly empty. Why is nearly everyone crammed onto Oahu? And why is it so difficult to live on Hawaii's other islands, even though they're some of the most beautiful places on Earth? The historical background. Long before Hawaii became America's 50th state, these islands were home to thriving native Hawaiian communities spread across the entire chain. But fast forward to today, and you'll find that Oahu makes up less than 6% of Hawaii's land area, yet holds over 70% of its people. So, what caused this extreme concentration? The answer starts with geography. Oahu, unlike the younger volcanic islands, has had millions of years to erode into gentler landscapes, creating flat plains that are perfect for building cities. Its naturally sheltered harbor at Pearl Harbor and the calm beaches of Waikiki turned it into both a military hub and a tourist magnet early on. Over time, Oahu became Hawaii's economic engine, and that's a cycle that keeps reinforcing itself. The Big Island's challenges. Now let's look at the Big Island, the largest of them all. At over 4,000 square miles, it's twice the size of all the other main islands combined. So why isn't it packed with people? Well, here's the problem. About 45% of the Big Island is zoned for agriculture, and another huge portion is covered in hardened lava from recent volcanic eruptions. Active volcanoes like Kilauea don't just attract tourists. They destroy homes and make entire regions uninsurable. Without insurance, you can't get a mortgage. Without a mortgage, you can't build communities. Oahu, by contrast, hasn't seen volcanic activity in over 60,000 years, making it a far safer bet for long-term development. The isolation factor. There's also the issue of isolation. In most states, you can drive from one city to another. In Hawaii, if you live on a neighbor island and need to visit a major hospital, a university, or a government office, you're probably booking a $100 flight just to get there. That means most of Hawaii's major businesses, hospitals, and schools stay clustered on Oahu. And when everything is located on one island, more people move there to be close to those resources. It's a self-reinforcing loop that's hard to break. Maui and Kauai, different problems. Even Hawaii's second most populated island, Maui, has its own limits. While it welcomes millions of tourists every year, only around 165,000 people actually live there. That's less than a sixth of Oahu's population. Maui's rugged volcanic landscape makes large-scale housing development tricky. And when new homes are built, they're often snapped up as luxury vacation rentals, pricing out local families. Many residents from Maui and other islands eventually move to Oahu, where the job market is broader and wages tend to be higher. Then there's Kauai, the Garden Isle. With its strict building codes, including laws that say no structure can be taller than a coconut tree, it preserves its natural beauty, but at the cost of housing availability. Molokai, Lanai, and Kahulawe. But the most extreme examples of underpopulation are Molokai, Lanai, and Kahulawe. On Molokai and Lanai, small communities have deliberately resisted large-scale development to preserve their way of life, even if that means fewer economic opportunities. And then there's Kahulawe, an island that's completely uninhabited. Why? Because for decades, the US military used Kahulawe as a bombing range. Between World War II and the early 1990s, the island was pounded with explosives, leaving behind craters, destroyed ecosystems, and unexploded ordnance that still litters the land. Efforts to clean it up have cost hundreds of millions of dollars. But experts say large parts of the island are still too dangerous to reopen. Oahu's growing pains and the future. So what does all this mean for the future of Hawaii? Well, Oahu is running out of room. Traffic is getting worse, infrastructure is strained, and the median home price has soared past $1 million, forcing many families to live in crowded multi-generational homes or leave the state altogether. But developing the other islands isn't easy either. Building new roads, water systems, and power grids on the Big Island could cost billions, making affordable housing almost impossible to achieve. And climate change adds another layer of risk. Rising sea levels threaten all of Hawaii's coasts, but Oahu's larger economy gives it more resources to adapt. Meanwhile, the neighbor islands, with their limited infrastructure, face even greater challenges when disasters strike. as seen during the tragic Maui wildfires. In the end, Hawaii's unique geography, history, and economic reality have combined to create a population map unlike anywhere else in the United States. And while solutions are being discussed, the truth is, Hawaii's population will likely remain concentrated on Oahu for the foreseeable future. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hawaii's hidden challenges, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories that reveal the surprising side of the world we live in. Thanks for watching.